people know that I'm a bad boy, barrio bad boy that made good, who's now the Laird of Guthrie Castle. That's pretty much a given now. But when I was starting out, that wasn't. And most of you know that I went to a school, a university, that I had to explain about because it wasn't a famous university. And some of you may or may not know that I flunked out of university 3 times and that I was arrested 5 times for alcohol-related mischief. And some of the mischief was very serious. But I am from the barrio of East Los Angeles in my adolescent years. But I had a alpha male role model dad that was a strict disciplinarian. He was a veteran of the Second World War and the Korean War. Discipline, focus, and commitment are the 3 bedrocks of all high performance. I'm also known as the $50 billion man. Why am I known as a $50 billion man? Because with kids just like you, I've created over $50 billion since 1993 in value and equity. One item that is really lost on most people is all my products free. I give it all away free. Why do I give it all away free? Because I want to take a last excuse you kids might have for not trying or for giving up. Another thing that's often not recognized, in addition to me giving all my product away free, is that 99.999% of all the kids that have benefited from QLA in the last 24 years, I've never met. I wouldn't know them if they came in and slapped me in the face. All my stuff to create wealth is on my site free through my podcasts, my newsletters, etc., etc. So use it free, and I wish you all the best of luck and to your quantum leap in life and in business. Motivation gets you going. Good habits keep you going. Jim Ryan, the great miler, who never won a gold medal in the Olympics for the 1500 meter, told me about 40 years ago, Dan, habits get you, keep you, or motivation starts you, but good habits. But it's like, you know, it's like training. If I didn't train as much as I did, I'm 70 years old, I wouldn't look like I look. And I don't feel 70. People tell me I don't look 70. And I can normally work people a lot younger than me into the ground. But I've been doing it for almost 50 years now.
Yeah, non-stop. Just keeping it cool.
Non-stop. High performance is anything but easy. And staying on top is even harder than getting to the top. Now, I've been on the top of my game, arguably, for 3.5 decades. I haven't had to work in 35 years. People ask me, how do I get up in the morning? I get up fired up. I'm fired up. I've been high on life since 1974 that I thought about it, and actually since I got out of OCS 50 years ago today, where failure is not an option. And I do fail, but when I do fail, I am so, I can't believe it. There must be an error. There must be a typo, because I'm so used to winning. I'm 15 pounds overweight, my doctor said, and he said, you know, if you wanted to be in perfect health, which everything else is perfect, my health, I'm well, you should lose 15 pounds. And I said, I'd have to give up 3 or 4 martinis and a bottle of wine every night. I'm not willing to do that. I know what it takes, and I know what I'd have to do. I used to run marathons. I ran the Boston Marathon, and I know what it took to train. And I'm not, I don't run like that anymore. I Stairmaster. But I mean, we all know how to lose weight. We all know how to get physically fit. We all know how to build our businesses. I can go to the Yellow Pages today and pick out any business that's in this room, and I can find somebody that's beating your brains out. I don't care what you do. And as some of you have heard me say, but I'm going to say it again because it's important. For this example, again, we all have 100 IQ. For some of you, I'm giving you some. For some, I'm taking away some. We all know nobody can have 10 times our IQ. Well, then why the hell do people make 10 times more than we do, 1,000 times more than we do? Why? Because they think and dream bigger than we do. High performance people have high expectations, not average expectations. Matthew and I were discussing some of the things about why you've discounted on a subconscious level some of the things that have happened, because absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. And he said something very profound. For an Australian, this is heavy duty shit. But he said, I decided to do it, even though it was stupid, I decided to do it. Stupid meaning follow the process. to an intellectually bright guy who's an engineer. And see, you won't. You see, you'll figure out a better way. And he followed the stupid process that works and has been working for 45 years, 20 some years before when I was doing it, and 22 years since I've been coaching. And he called it. He wasn't trying to be insulting or anything. He says, I just decided to follow it, How did you say it?
Instead of trying to be smart, I would just try to be stupid, shut that part off of my brain, and just do it.
And what happened? He did it. And that's why it's hard for the YouTubers and all the other, because you can't dumb down. You will not believe that it's easy. You can't, you won't. But he put it very succinctly. He just dumbed down and shut off that part of his brain and just followed the steps. You don't need case studies. You have a template. You have a script that a monkey can read. That Alex wants a case study because he wants to know the shit behind it because he's stupid. And that's why he's poor. You don't need any case studies. How many times do I have to say? You have the script. I said don't change a word on the script. Not a comma. If it's got misspelled words, send it out misspelled. The last thing you need is a case study. This is why you're poor. This is why the suckers watching this on YouTube are so poor.
Being a high-performance person is not possible for everybody. You have a quote that says that.
Absolutely.
And so going to your seminar, and you are not for everybody. What kind of person are you, and is being a high-performance person for? Who does that suit?
Okay, well, we're talking about my definition of high performance, not somebody else's. Okay, if you're willing, if there's a hip-hop guy speaker, I can't think of his name now. He's been on London Real. The hip-hop preacher, whoever he is, he says, if you don't want success more than you want air to breathe, don't come to me.
Is that how you feel?
Yes. Because if you've got the desire and you're willing to make the sacrifices, I've done a $400 million deal with a guy who dropped out of school at 14, who has 1 level. You don't know what that means, but in European terms, that means he passed only one course when he left school, carpentry. And we did one of the biggest healthcare deals in the history of Britain.